Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Ultima VII Part 2, Serpent. Alright, there is actually a tree that I missed out here in the forest. It is this one, and there is quite a bit of stuff in here. Not sure what all of that is offhand. Let's take a look. Let's see, I've got 15 guilders, so 87. Ooh, let's go with 85. There's 100, so which is my gilder bag? There it is. And let's just put those two in there. So let's see, 55 and 67. I might hear about this later, I'm not sure. But for now, let's go ahead and grab all this stuff. Various cash monies, always nice. We've got 44 Falari. Alright, that's not enough to make a complete stack, so there we go. Takes us up to 87. And we've got the Serpent crown, which I'm sure we'll learn more about later, but I suppose we can see what it looks like when we wear it. That looks a lot bigger than our head, not gonna lie. Then again, so does that. I find it interesting that the avatar is blonde outside of the paper doll, but in the paper doll she is brunette. Who knew? Alright, let's just quickly teleport back here. Actually, let me real fast teleport back to monitor and dump off a couple items. I encountered some goblins, so I killed them, and I want to get rid of the items that they had. I find it's really amazing to see the so thread weighs much less than 1 stone. You turn it into some cloth that weighs like 2-point-something stone, and then you cut them up to bandages that weigh significantly less than 1 stone again. It's very, very odd. Yes, yes, yes. Pass. Thank you. Alright. So we're back here. All of those little items are gone. Hey, here's someone. Let's talk to him. So we are going to be doing a lot of talking. There are a lot of people to talk to in this town, so we'll go ahead and do that. Ah, sweet savior, no fairer face hath a warrior worn. Welcome to Fawn, dear milady. I am great Captain Garth, but thou canst call me Garth. What I would have called you anyway, just by you telling me that your name was Great Captain Garth. I would have dropped the first part. I don't go for this whole title thing. Although you have to call me Avatar. Tell me about the storms. Without question, these storms are unnatural. If they do not cease soon, Fawn will perish. Already our livelihood hath been taken from us, and women weep at the loss of those who once sailed in our fleet. We have no idea what became of them. Tell me about the goblins. We have battled goblins since the time of Fawn's founding. We drove the savage creatures from this area when we settled here. Because of their innate cowardice, we have always been able to drive them away with ease, until AuldDragon gathered them under his leadership. Tell me about AuldDragon. AuldDragon is far more cunning than normal goblins. He hath attacked Fawn without respite for nearly a year now. His attacks have grown more daring of late. Tell me about the attacks. Without AuldDragon leading them, the goblins would never have had the nerve to take the Pikeman Tower. And he was responsible for the death of Seth, Fawn's healer. Delphinia is all we have now. Well, that's kind of rude to Delphinia. Delphinia is a horticulturist. Her knowledge of herbs made her the only logical choice as healer when Seth was killed. Delphinia hath been a sad lady since Callista arranged to exile the Fellowship sailors from the city. She cannot decide whether she is glad that Ruggs is gone or not. Poor lady. Oh, I'm glad that you don't feel you don't seem to feel that this was a bad relationship. Tell me about Ruggs. Ruggs is one of the Fellowship sailors. He is a good man who thinks that Delphinia put the stars in the sky. The only problem is that he is hideously ugly. Ruggs could curdle milk with that face, but he is a gentle man. You know, really, I don't think that he could. It's not that bad, guys. It really isn't. I think you got a bit of hyperbole going. Tell me about the sailors. They sailed in quite a while ago. We had never seen the like of their ship before. Then one of them proved to be a charismatic leader who spoke eloquently of some new belief called the Fellowship. It appealed to many people, especially the women. Callista was mightily put out, I will tell thee. So she blamed the storms on the strangers and had them banned from the city. She still has everyone atoning for their transgressions against beauty. She says the storms will not stop until the heavens are appeased. I do not think she knows when, or if, they will stop. Tell me about the fleet. After the lighthouse was lost, the fleet sailed only in the daylight hours. There was no other choice. But the storm seemed drawn to the water. They took the ships as well, one by one. Tell me about your livelihood. As thou canst see, Fawn is built upon the water. We are, or were, fishermen by trade. That is how we fed our people and how we traded with the other towns. But we are a hardy lot. We will weather these foul storms and rebuild what hath been destroyed. Lady Yolinda hath charged me with the task of finding a way to sustain the people until the storms pass. Tell me about your ships. A few we know were lost at sea, transformed into blazes knows what. The others could have been transported to the frozen mountains for all we know. None have been seen again. Tell me about Lady Yolinda. Lady Yolinda rules Fawn, assisted by Joth, Volden, and myself. Many say she is the most beautiful woman in the city. Take issue with that. Avatar's here. Avatar trumps everything. Others, like Zulith, say Callista is more beautiful. Now that I have seen thee, I think they are all wrong. Flattery will get you nowhere. I'm glad you admit the truth, though. Thou art the most wondrous beauty I have seen. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Tell me about Zulith. He is the messenger between the great captains and Lady Yolinda. He takes orders well enough, if thou dost stroke his ego enough. But if thou shouldst belittle him, beware. He hath the ears of both Yolinda and Callista. Tell me about Joth. Joth was a fine seaman before his injury, but he hath little use for the politics of those on the land. He doth do his best to represent the interests of the fleet, but it is plain that his heart is still at sea. Tell me about Volden. Volden is a senior member of the great captains. He is a very ambitious man with strong opinions and no great love for our fishing captains. Tell me about Callista. Callista is the priestess of beauty. She presides over the oracle and ensures that Fawn adheres to the tenets of beauty. It is her duty to advise Lady Yolinda on spiritual matters. What was the injury that one guy had? Before one of those freak storms hit, a fine lighthouse stood near the town to guide the fleet home at night. During one very bad storm, its light went out, and the sailors could not see to make their way back to the docks. Joth ordered his ship to stand near the shoals and set fire to her sails so that the remainder of the fleet could find their way in. All of the ships docked safely that night, except for his. A freak change of wind cast his ship aground, and he was trapped in the rigging. The healers say his back will never be the same again. He can never go back to sea. Tell me about the fishing captains. Volden hath long been a bully, from his days as a guardsman to his days as a sea captain. Few sailors were willing to serve under him for long. When the council seat opened, they begged Lady Yolinda to appoint Volden to the post. They told her it was to honor his years of service. But Volden knows, as doth every other sailor, that it was to bring him in off the sea. This was a vaster mistake than anyone could foretell. Wow, I'm surprised that you, as one of the ruling captains of this town, are just saying all of this stuff to me. Tell me about the lighthouse. The heart seemed to go out of the sailors when the storm exchanged our lighthouse for a haunted building. They believed it was a bad omen. They were right. Haunted building? Droth led a party of sailors and guardsmen to check what happened to the lighthouse. We suspected goblin mayhem to lure us out of the city. The party returned pale and shaken. All they could tell us was that the lighthouse was gone. In its place was a strange haunted building. I know no more than that. I must concern myself with trying to provide Fawn with food. Opinions? I shall merely say that Volden's views are very old-fashioned, milady. He believes in the sanctity of beauty and the protection of all things beautiful. Tell me about this oracle I've heard a little bit about. The oracle is a strange magical device built long ago as an instrument of truth. But of late its revelations have become echoes of Kylista and Volden. I do not know how they accomplish this, but I am certain that their plots are anything but divine. Revelations? When I was a lad, the oracle was called on to settle disputes and reveal the truth. Now it pronounces marriages based more on wealth and power than on love. The oracle hath become a political tool, and I have no idea how. So we've got a Helm of Courage. We've got an oracle that used to speak truth. Alright. Thou hast been most kind. Why, of course I have. Let's see. Was I going to talk to you about anything? Zulith? That worm hath been following thee? Then he doth suspect that thou art allied with the cause. Watch thy step, lest thou be exiled from the fellowship, like the fellowship folks. Without thee to help us, our cause would be lost. The cause? Persevere, Elmendreda, for one cannot tell when the time to act shall arrive. Continue to pry secrets from the townsfolk. Sometimes a stranger can learn more than an old friend. Go places thou art not wanted, and look for the hidden things. Surely thou wilt find a clue. Oh, I went to places that I was not wanted and found hidden things, like in your basement. Thou must find the evidence that hath eluded us so that Fawn can be freed. Alright, I don't think we need to talk about any of these other things. No, I think we talked about that. Provisions? Oh, we can buy stuff from her. Bag, bucket, fishing pole, candle, torch, bedroll, fur boots, backpack, stockings, great helm, crossbow, bolts, sextant, and mirror. All the same stuff. Nothing. Okay. Goodbye. Let's see. Alright, I think I might have to go through all of that. Oh, whoops. Now that she's in the same room, let's talk to him again, see if... Alright, you know what? Get in here. Whoops, I didn't actually mean to talk to you. Alright, fine. Let's do it this way. Storms. Father, thou wilt stay indoors when those storms come through town. I suppose I must if thou sayest so, my dear. Let's see, daughter. Thou dost need me, father. Thy business is much too complex for thee to run by thyself. I can do fine without thee, my dear. What were we discussing, milady? Colors. Results. Alicent. Father, that is my business. Talking about Keth's disappearance. I'm sorry, daughter. 2 reasons. Alright, doesn't have anything to say that his daughter will comment on. Goblins. Unsafe. Healer. Horticulturist. Let's see if Alicent jumps in. Seth. Probably nothing. Not going to jump in there. Delphinia. Moonshade. Nope. Okay. Frelly. Fawn Tower. AuldDragon. Magister. Alright, she's not jumping in on any of these things. Nope. Okay, nothing. Alright, well, couldn't talk to him about the ring this time, even though I have it. So, it's off to find other people to talk to in town. I've already talked to you. We've got some some flagpoles there. A little arch. Let's see, this is the palace. We won't go there just yet. Let's explore the houses first. Got an interesting painting there. That is quite the spittoon. The magic orb reads, "Ask at another time." The magic orb reads, "I would not count on it." The magic orb reads, "Answer hazy, thou shouldst..." I guess ask again. I must reply no. Yes, the magic orb is an 8-ball. There are a lot of spittoons in this house, jeez. The Crying Lute by Gant. I believe we have read that one. Let's see. We've got... Ooh. We'll take the lockpicks and the cash. Got some more cash. Oh, I think that Dellen has the torches that we lost at the beginning of the game. We have his money. So, yeah, I'm good not talking to him about that. I don't know why it didn't come up. Lord British's Tyrannical Adventure, by anon. Lord British was a monarch who was haughty and vain, and especially proud of his despotic reign. But conceit of the sort isn't proper at all, and soon the old tyrant was doomed for a fall. One day, as he viewed his subjects from on high, a voluptuous young wench caught his tired old eye. Bending over to see that oversexed goat, let his gold crown slip and fall into the moat. With a cry of sheer terror, he jumped like a fool. He rushed to his ditch. It reeked like a cesspool. He leaped in kersplash and sank like a stone. Everyone hoped for a new heir to the throne. But alas, he came up, staggered from the sewer. His robe smelled of offal, his breath like manure. Why did I do that? What possessed me today? I'm as daft as old Iolo, and now I smell like Dupre. And if anyone sees me, oh, what a disgrace! I had better leave if I want to save face. But a crowd had assembled and stared amazed. The sight confused them, the stench left them dazed. Then with a shriek a young boy began to laugh, giggling and pointing at the king's fecal bath. Becoming enraged, the monarch suddenly turned wild. He looked like he wanted to strangle the child. His hand turned to fist. He struck lightning fast. But the old poop missed and fell on his ass. Not holding back, the crowd soon roared. The laughter was deafening. It grew till it soared. But the king found no humor and called for his men. The arrival of the guard quickly silenced the din. For all of you who found humor in my sorrow and misfortune will soon find the rack and pain and contortion. Then I will cackle as you stew and boil in a pot full of lard and bubbling oil. And for those who survive this, they'd liefer be dead? Alright, I don't get that. I'll pluck out their eyes and chop off their head. Finally in the wind their bodies will swing, and you fools will be sorry for laughing at this king. Then all were led away at the point of a sword, while old Lord Brit took a dip in the ford. Then he laughed at the cries that screamed through the night. He chuckled at their anguish, he cackled at their plight. In Britannia today, no one openly tells this tale, lest they find themselves thrown in tyrant's darkest jail. But here in our new homeland, this song can be sung, the tale of how British acquired his faint smell of dung. I wouldn't rate it very high. Certainly not for including Dupre in there. Jeez. I mean, Iolo, sure, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. Let's see, what do we have? Ooh, some more stuff to sell later, perhaps? Is this Fawnese Ale? That is now Fawnese Ale. That is still Fawnese Ale, I should say. Ooh. Let's see, do I have lockpicks for that? How many lockpicks do I have? 66. Wow, that's pretty good. Hey, unlocked. There's a boomerang, and I'll take the coins. 10 coins. Oh, hush up, dog. Jeez. Let's probably turn off Hack Mover for now. We might cause a ruckus. Let's see. We've got a bag here. Some food. Don't really care. I think I've got plenty. I will take the coins. And nothing there. Actually, let's go ahead and eat. Let's get some oh, locked, huh? I don't have a key. Can I, pick it? I can. Hey, that's good. Not sure what house this is. And some more food. Just one piece of food, really. That is locked. Let's see if we can pick that. 86 Filari. I'll go ahead and yoink that. I'll yoink that. And you know what? I think I'm going to... Nah, I'll leave the kidney belt. I don't need it. Ooh. Plate armor. That's a slightly different design. But I am going to need to turn Hack Mover back on. There we go. So now Iolo is wearing plate armor. There we go. Got some new armor for him. Let's turn Hack Mover back off. What do we have in here? Not much. Can't read that parchment. There is a trophy. There's a fire. I wonder if this is like the house of someone who died or something, or disappeared at sea. Shut up, dog. Let's go up here. Hello. Don't mind me. Not stealing anything. Nothing there. There's a bunch of cots here. I wonder if this was the healer's house before he vanished. Nothing in there. What do we have out here? Ooh. I see some hay bales and some thread. Oh my. Ooh. Oh, I think I'll be making some more cloth soon. Can't get there. Some fish, some more fish. Let's turn on Hack Mover just so I can look at what's in these. I've got some jewelry. And a guani cloak. Well, let's go ahead and take the jewelry. That's money. Alright, what is up here? Got a bag of a magic scroll. Great Ignite. I'll take that. I like getting scrolls. I'll have to come back here later and, can I go back? Like, is there stairs down there? No, doesn't look like it. Alright, there isn't really anything here. A small rock that becomes a small rock. When we got a guy here. Word with thee, friend. Ah, hey, it's that guy. By my sore eyes, 'tis a comely wench with a tattoo, like any good sailor. My name's Olan, and I'm a fisherman by trade. Tattoo? Now, don't go telling me that thou beest a pikeman like those ugly sons out in the tower? Yes, actually I am. Well, mayhaps they be up in their standards. Thou certainly art easy on the eyes. Oh, hush up. That's sexual harassment. I'm going to have to press charges. Jendon over there is pleasant enough, but ain't what thee'd be wantin' to spend time with, if thou knowest what I mean. Goblins? Fierce little monsters the goblins are, not long in brains, but hard to handle in a fight. AuldDragon sends them at us in waves until we are all so tired that we can hardly stand and fight. But still, I'd rather deal with goblins than Guani. Tell me about the storms. I would almost believe that the world was at an end. These horrible storms have all but destroyed the town. How's a body to make a living without a ship? How can a fisherman fish from a wagon? It sinks. You could fish from here, from the docks. Can't put a sail on a cart and expect it to take thee out to sea and back again. Drowned. Good men all. Gone to the bottom of the sea, and I should have been with them. They'll come for me, I know they will. Down to the bottom of the sea. Bottom of the sea. Shut up. I wasn't done talking with you. Go away, I'm not drunk enough yet. Well, that's just rude. Let's see if we go in here, and then come back. If we get something else. No, you're just going to make a pine cone and debris. Alright, that is not a very good teleport storm right there, then. It's a boring one. I don't like it. I don't care for it. Ah. It's a sign. Broken ore. Alrighty. This appears to be a tavern of some sort. The name Broken Ore did not give it away as such, though. Ooh, is that a book? That is a book! Trout Surprise by Jendon. Pan-fried whole chart. Chart? Trout. Trout, 2 to 3 pounds, cleaned. 2 tablespoons salt. Half tablespoon ground pepper. Half cup yellow cornmeal. Half cup flour. 3 tablespoons butter. 8 tablespoons vegetable oil. 1 lemon, cut into wedges. Wash trout under cold water. Pat dry with a towel. Sprinkle with salt and pepper. Mix cornmeal and flour. In heavy skillet, melt butter and oil over moderate heat. When the foam begins to subside, roll trout in cornmeal flour mixture. Shake off excess and put in skillet. Fry 4 to 5 minutes on each side until golden brown and flaky. Serve with lemon wedges. Sounds horrible. I'm not a fan of fish, so... Ooh, a key. I'll take the key. And we got a book. Warriors of Fortune Quarterly, the Adventurer's Guidebook. For you men who are stern of heart and gifted in the ways of weapons of steel, fortunes are mightier than you can dream of. Fortunes more mightier than you can dream of lie in your near future. All you must do is read the secrets held within these pages, and you will be on the way to riches. Enter into mysteries that have baffled men through the ages, with rewards greater than those of today's kingdoms. Come, adventure and gold are on your horizon. This issue offers the stern-hearted adventurer a chance to be the first to a miser's treasure, with more gold than 10 ships can carry. Read on and learn the history and the location of one of the world's richest lost lairs. Couldst thou be the first to find it? Many hundreds of years ago there was a miser named Trifaco, who had accumulated a massive fortune by swindling the local natives and by hiring pirates to attack his competitors' ships and cargo. One night, after he had a vivid dream about losing his vast wealth, Trifaco consulted a great wizard. The sage forewarned that the miser was about to lose all of his wealth in the near future, and that nothing he could do would prevent this. Thinking that he could avoid the prophecy, the miser took all of his gold to a cave in the northern icy reaches for safe storage. He hired the wizard to create a series of tunnels in the rear of the cave that no one could find their way through without a magical map. When all was finished, the wizard conjured an ice dragon to guard the mouth of the cave that led to the riches. On the voyage back to the palace, the miser, fearing that the wizard would allow his secret to be known, killed the wizard by pushing him into the sea. Unfortunately for him, upon the wizard's death, the magical map disappeared in a puff of blue smoke. Fearing that the prophecy had come true, the miser returned to the cave and tried to find the route to his riches. True to the wizard's warning, the miser never did reach his riches. Most say that he lies somewhere within the frozen caverns, for he never returned. To this day, no one hath survived the tunnels and reached the lair of the ice dragon. Some have attempted to face the ice dragons at the mouth of the cave, but all have either fled or become permanent fixtures in the cave, surrounding the cavern's mouth. If thou beest brave and sure of thy skills in battle, thou mayest find the secret way into the lair of Trafaco, and to his riches untold. I'm sure I will find those one of these days. Some bread in a drawer. Let's see what this book is. Another copy of Lord British's Tyrannical Adventure. These guys really like Lord British's Tyrannical Adventure. Anyway, that's about it for this episode. In the next one, I see some stairs that will go down here. There's a locked door that I probably can't open just yet. But we will continue exploring the town and perhaps talking to people who we actually find. We have not actually found that many, though, interestingly enough. Anyway, I shall see you all in the next episode.